Yo, what is good?
You're
We are back at another one. We got another episode for you good people. Man, this is going to be a good, juicy one right here, boy. So,
turn us down a little bit.
we don't want to be too loud.
Yeah, I got fat boy breathing going on in my microphone.
So, while my good brother is adjusting these mics, we're finna go ahead and just introduce ourselves. So, I am Lucius, by the way, of Lou Paul Beats. We got my good brother over here. Wait till he's taking a seat. Brother J.L. Groove. And we got the beautiful Professor Mel Will.
Hey.
And we got a good brother here, man. I met him back in 2019, I believe.
I met him before you.
Okay.
I think I met him before you.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
we're not going to have any competition when we met, but
Don't say your pants making him dizzy.
I was the first one.
before we jump into that, man, I want to introduce my good brother, Big Mike Pugh.
Y'all clap it up. Y'all clap it up for him one time. Yeah.
Giving honor to God. Everybody in their respective places.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
Regina.
Yo. So
Mrs. Pugh.
I want to say, man, this been a very good brother from St. Louis, and he already felt like family when he first came into my life.
Oh.
So let's start from the beginning.
Stop gaying up the place,
Hey, man,
Just stop.
I'm here to make people dizzy today. So brother Mike Pugh, how was you introduced into this musical world, brother?
How was it? As far as here, or are you talking
Just
about
period.
in general?
Just in
No,
general.
we started from the beginning.
we started-
Beginning.
We started from the tippity top. We started
man.
from the rooter, then we're going to go to the tutor
To the tutor.
in a little bit.
Hey, they are getting on your pants.
Yep.
Lou.
I'm here for it. I'm here for the smoke. Come on, let's
Blue
go.
pants making me oh man.
I'm here for the smoke. Come on.
Oh man. Well. Oh my God. Well, let's see. I would say that's probably the furthest I can remember is, I think, second grade. I was, 7?
Mm-hmm.
And I had an uncle that played guitar from Louisiana. It was my dad's uncle. He taught me 3 songs at second grade. Green Onion, Night Train.
Okay.
So Green Onion just do. So that's the first
Yeah.
thing I learned. Then he taught me Green Onion, do. Night Train, and then it was a 8-bar blues. Showed me how to play an open E blues. So those are the first 3 things I learned. That was on guitar that I can remember.
So your first instrument was guitar?
The
Or was
guitar.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yes, it is.
So with that being said, so like what was on y'all playlist growing up? Like I'm pretty sure y'all had like the vinyls or the 8-tracks, the cassettes.
Well, I kind of got a mix because, at one point, when I was a kid, my dad, not a music player because my dad was in the house at the time.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna go that deep into that conversation though. But while he was around,
I'm just saying, apparently you could do that here.
I mean,
Apparently you could do that here.
people have gotten healing from
we've had that before.
family stuff, so why they talked on there. So.
this ain't that type of situation.
Be free, let the Lord use you. Yeah.
But let me see. Man. Well, it actually goes up to why I am where I am now because most of what I remember hearing was either Zappa Roger, Prince,
Okay.
Bootsy baby. I almost wore my Bootsy shirt today, but Bootsy, Parliament.
Okay.
And then you kind of branch out to some other things, but those are my core.
Oh, so that funk, that was just in your blood.
It's
pretty
been
much.
there. been there. Funky.
It's a beautiful thing.
It really is. People don't understand.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
It really is. So, yeah.
Okay. So how did you end up going from guitar to bass or?
Well, okay. So I don't talk about it a lot, but I play about 15 different instruments. So I started on guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Then I kind of crept onto drums and keys a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Then I think we moved because my dad was military, so we moved. We moved back to Illinois, and at the time, my granddad had got me a trombone.
Okay.
So by that time, I was already kind of dabbling with keys and drums and guitar. So then I started playing trombone because I wanted to be in the band, and I was very average.
Okay. Yeah.
When you playing against all the other folks
Yeah.
in the band that knew how to read very well.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, well, oh, this is a tuba? All right, let me go pick this up. But in the process of that, I picked up baritone, tuba. So I was playing those three in band, which I kind of settled in at the tuba. Played that for a while with other different instruments, a horn. And then eventually, I didn't get to bass until my junior year of high school.
Okay.
And the only reason I picked that up is because my band director had an upright in the school that I didn't know about until my junior year, and I asked him if I could play because they were starting a jazz band. So he told me, if you can learn this over the summer,
Yeah.
he let me take the upright home and gave me a book. Said, if you can learn bass with, I ain't had nobody, but he told me, if you can learn it, by next school year, you could play. And rest is history.
Okay.
Took that mug, didn't have no amp, nothing. I was in there playing shop music on upright.
Oh wow. Okay.
Couldn't hear me, but I was killing it.
Yeah.
In my mind, I was killing. But yeah.
Yeah.
rest
That's
is
what's up,
history.
man.
All right,
So.
so in between that, where did harmonica come in at?
Harmonica is actually.
Oh.
Play the harmonica?
Yes, he does.
I do.
Oh, okay.
I
All
do.
right.
Harmonica is one of my later instruments, actually. I learned that just before I moved here. So I've been playing harmonica now maybe 5 years now.
Okay.
And I learned it out of I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna call people, I'm stubborn. So when I'm making music and I get tired of calling folks that ain't trying to come deliver, it's like, well, I'm just gonna learn it myself and record it myself.
I feel that.
So that's where all the other instruments come in because I
was
got
just
tired
about
of
to say, how
calling
many
folks.
instruments do you play?
I play about 15, 16 instruments all together.
Fluently.
Fluently, like I can play them. So, yeah, you just get tired of waiting.
You sound like a band director.
And
One band, one sound.
right. So,
So let me ask you this. So first of all, man, y'all have heard me talk about this man sitting right here a lot, Mike Pugh. I'm sorry, do what now? Are you okay?
I called
First
it
of
too.
all,
Are
thank
you
you,
okay?
Mike. I didn't say nothing disrespectful. While you sitting up there, you trying to start already.
I just asked you, were you okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mike heard what I said.
Oh, okay. I thought this was an open forum. That we.
I said it sounded like you was about to say something else.
Anyway. We're starting early. It's early.
It's just 8:16, man.
But yeah, man, y'all heard me talk about this cat, man, a lot since we started this podcast, man. We got Mike Pugh in the building, my funk brother. No homo, it was love at first sight, damn near. When because it was funny.
It's funny because y'all interaction.
It's
You can
funny.
just feel
So don't be weird, but it's don't be
Do you
weird.
feel
but
what I feel?
you felt it too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was a gig at Buttons.
Buttons, yeah.
It was a gig at Buttons, and the shout out to the homie Indigo Jones. She was like, yeah, man, I got this dude on bass, man. Y'all would love each other. He just moved to Dallas, blah blah. And I'm like, all right, sure, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I set up kid, you know, dap each other up and stuff. And we playing these tunes, man. But then he started hitting this funk groove, and then I started doing some stuff. And then we looking at each other. I'm like, all right, you know, bet. And then we went outside on break, and we just started talking, man. And he just started talking about like how much, you know, he was into funk and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my God, me too. It's so crazy. And man, and then ever since then, man, we've been fam, man. We've been fam. So shout out to the homie Mike Pugh for blessing us with his presence on today. So real quick, let's go back a little bit. So you came up. So you were born and raised in Chicago.
Born and raised.
Born and raised in
And
Chicago.
then hopped around a couple times when the male figure was around for a short period of time.
You got something you want to talk about, Mike?
No.
You need a hug, brother. You good?
I'm good. I just, you know, credit where credit is due.
Sometimes.
When it's supposed to be due.
Understood. Shout
Don't
out.
let him pull you
Then
in,
shout out
Mike.
to the homies in the building, man. We got Bo in the building. We got Patrick Stuck in the building.
I was about to say, you got the fuck your
is in the
feelings
building. You feel me? But yeah, all right, man. So when did you like settle in? So you Chicago, move around for a little bit. Then so when did St. Louis become home?
So St. Louis, we moved to St. Louis when I was 13.
Okay.
So that was coming right, like the end chapter, 6th grade, going into middle school. And I've been there pretty much that entire time until I moved here. So
Okay. So what's the music scene like in St. Louis?
it's actually dope. People, you wouldn't expect it because St. Louis is small. It's little, but
Boy, that J. Ross TV, boy, they be having
hey, shout out to my
J. Ross.
dog. Now look,
Yes, sir.
I knew J. Ross before he even started that whole video. Like we
Yeah.
used to just hang out at Guitar Center and talk, and he actually played a little bass.
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna ask, does
So-
he play?
Oh yeah, he could play. So his viral video was Victor Wooten. That's how he took off. Him
Yeah.
and Vic became like best friends. Vic called him on stage. He did a bass solo. It's actually one. If you go on like his earlier videos, you'll see where he actually played a little bit on one of the Vic. It was when he was doing the Live in America
Okay.
record, the live tour.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but J. Rock, I mean, I can say he almost single-handedly put St. Louis kind of back up
Really?
where it needed to be because of we got a lot of richness there. We got Chuck Berry there, Miles Davis, St. Louis, Tina Turner, and Ike. You know, we can't go too further into that.
Right.
But, yeah, but
Nut
they're from
Bush, come on.
East St. Louis. You got Keon Harold, played horn for Robert Glass for a bunch of different folk. Jamal Nichols, he plays for Great Reporter.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a lot of richness, especially in jazz up there.
Yeah, 'cause y'all got
It's
some-
a lot of jazz.
Y'all definitely got some heavy hitters to Joey Oscars, to
Yeah.
John
Joey, John
Webb,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
the
boy.
Ramses. I mean,
Eric K.
man,
Trine.
Yeah, y'all got some monsters, bro.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's a lot. I mean, we kind of branched out a little bit just to kind of find something different, but I mean, that's always home. I mean, you can't just show up to St. Louis and just think you just gonna, go out there and chop nobody's head off because there's
Yeah.
always one person that just show up.
Right.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
But
Do they be from Dallas? They be cocky.
no, believe it or not, honestly, it don't be like that for real. But it's probably more like coastline folks or something like
Yeah.
that come in there.
I got you.
But other than that, I mean, the scene is rich, and it's gotten even bigger since I've been gone. So it's been a lot of folks kind of popping in and doing stuff. So Shout out to my hometown,
Nice.
St. Louis.
So what was your musical coming up like in St. Louis? Like how did you kind of come through the ranks up there before you got here?
Shoot, the same way I did when I got here.
Yeah.
Man, St. Louis, you gotta prove yourself. Like they don't look twice at you unless you just really like do what you're supposed to do and really hold it down. Because of the legacy that there is that's up there. A lot of folks walk around with a chip on their shoulder and just really like you gonna get kicked off the instruments with the quickness in the middle of a song. Or you might get something thrown at you. I mean, it was rough.
You're gonna get Maddie Moss.
For real. Like, I mean, I've
Nah, Aaron, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, Aaron, because you ain't returning my calls.
my brothers.
I don't want to hear none of that, Aaron.
Hey,
Nah,
personal
I don't wanna
vendettas
hear none of
can
that.
be resolved outside of
Oh man,
the
You're getting
podcast.
sidetracked.
Nah, we ain't even brothers right now. We cousins, Aaron.
That's what happens when you get when we go live. You get sidetracked.
I
Right.
know.
Nah, but I forgot what I was saying.
I know.
Ah, man, talking about brothers. Nah,
You were
you
saying you get kicked off the
So-
instruments.
Yeah, so, but with me, I'm a person, I had a, thick skin. I could take criticism because, I mean, I was classically trained, so reading and all of
So
that.
you was the one getting kicked off.
No,
Oh, okay.
because I was still playing by ear, but I would get people would tease. I ain't gonna put no names out here. He knows who he is. I'll just say that, and I'm gonna put that clip up. He knows who he is, because when I was about 15, I was still playing guitar, but I kind of started getting more attracted to the bass around that time. I just wasn't playing it yet, so I would show up to Jurisdiction. With my little guitar,
Know what that's gonna be. Yeah.
and I would plug up my little guitar while the bass player was playing, thinking I'm, doing my little 2 cents in there. And you hear the volume at first, and then all of a sudden it just go out. Then you look up at the amp, and your cord then fell out somehow.
And you weren't the one that did it.
So you plug it up one more time and play again, and it cut out again. You catch the hint, like, okay, all right. So
That's hilarious.
Did you suck?
I wasn't trash, but I was learning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
but
That's a good way to put it.
yeah. So but because of that, it made me, because I'm a person, when you go that route with me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go twice as hard in the shed.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna see what's gonna happen a little later down the road. So
Sometimes you need that. Sometimes
do.
it's good.
It's a must.
Yeah. Sometimes need that tap on the shoulder. Hey, go
Right.
ahead.
So, what you saying, Jurisdiction? I'm gonna take that you was coming up in the Kojic Church,
nah, it was actually PAW.
PAW. Oh, well, yeah, I think
Apostolic.
they kind of
They would definitely kick you off real
they
quick.
kind of have similarities. I ain't gonna say they the same, but
They're very similar.
They
very
have-
similar.
yeah.
They are. But it's I guess the prime time there is, I don't know. It's hard to really say. Plus it's, my hometown is a little different with how they move. So with that, and then you trying to get in and get involved, folks,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all get it. A musician knows exactly what I'm talking
I know,
about.
I know exactly. Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So what ended up bringing you to Dallas?
well, a couple things. Number one, my wife has actually been trying to get me to move to Dallas for years.
Shout out to Gina.
Shout out to Sis.
Yes.
I'm so happy y'all came.
She's been trying to get me to
Nice
move
choice.
down
Good
here
choice. You made a good choice there.
for a while.
Good choice too.
But for me,
Oh, okay. You put one to me.
right, the only reason it took me as long as it did is because I bounced around a lot with the military. Like, we went to Germany, we bounced to South Carolina, we were in San Francisco, and finally ended up back in St. Louis, at least in Illinois.
Okay.
So it was like, all the moving around I did, I was kind of comfortable with where I was at. Plus, you know, I was getting things. By the time I met her, I was already building up, getting things going in St. Louis. So I was kind of moving on my own at the time, whereas she knew nothing but St. Louis.
Yeah.
She grew up in the trenches. So if y'all ever hear the name Gina Bean or Baby G,
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's
Baby
oh,
G.
she got
Sound like
she
she
got
got-
some edges. She got some edges. She got some
It sound
edges.
like she could get her thug this on.
She can. That's why she's with
said,
me.
she said, don't let
You
me
got the
right one, Doc.
Yes. You
Don't
got-
let-
you
don't
gotta
let the
have a
singing
little
fool you.
roughness. It had to be a little roughness. And you heard the song Natural
had
Kids
lyrics, a
and
soldier.
Natural King and what is it, Natural Bridge and King's Highway
King's
by
Highway.
Nelly. Yeah, she walked up and down all of them streets. So
That's funny.
but yeah, you know, that's all she knew was St. Louis. So that was part of the reason she wanted something different. So it was like, you know, cool.
Who shot they shot for her? Did you
I was
shoot your,
just
did
about
you
to
shoot
ask
your
that.
shot or she shot her shot?
It's like you talking about. Well, it's
You got a girlfriend?
man, it's actually a really.
You do now.
It's actually kind of.
Is that how that happened?
It's semi corny, but semi not, because I actually met her in church.
Okay.
So, and I met her during, like not the jurisdiction,
Went to a
but this
meeting
was
one night.
right.
At
And your
state
soul
meeting.
wasn't right.
Then look,
Man,
so
at choir rehearsal.
it was one of them kind of moments. Shout out to my big bro Jeremy Wells, who him and his wife insisted on keep trying to get us together. So you know, eventually it just happened. So, so it was cool. It was cool. Cool. 20 years this December. So it's
Nice.
obviously.
Ready. I love longevity.
It's actually pretty cool. Pretty
what's
cool.
up.
Love you, man.
That's what's up.
So-
All right, so enough of that. Now,
Yeah.
Now,
all right, man. So you get to Dallas, man. So talk about your experience so far, because it's been about 5 years.
The end of next week will be 4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
4
yeah.
years since you've been in the Dallas scene, and I'm telling you, man, your whole family, y'all have come to Dallas, man, and y'all made some noise. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have made noise in Dallas, man. Y'all came through like a powerhouse, man, and then we'll get into it like a little bit later. You have these talented kids, man.
Right.
You like you had these kids that's just amazing. But you know, but for you personally, talk about your like experience so far, like just coming to Dallas and being in the Dallas music scene.
Man, it's totally different from home. Like it's kind of crazy. Like it was definitely God sent, because even during the transition, it was an obvious transition, because I started playing a lot less at home. So it just kind of set me up coming out here. But before I even got out here, shout out to my other brother, Jamil Morpheus Williams, who was here. So this is what happened. He was already here in Dallas. He was here for a while. He was the other half trying to get me to come up. So I was too stubborn.
Is this the one that you asked? Is it Funk in Dallas?
It may have been.
Okay.
It may have been.
His name is
yeah.
His name is. All right. So before you go, this is.
No, it wasn't him.
Oh,
it wasn't him.
okay, 'cause
It was somebody else, but I probably did ask him, though, to see what was going on.
So the first night we met, we talked, man, and he told me, and mind you, he's new now. Now at this time, Funk Your Feelings is popping, or so I thought. Right?
He said I'm sorry, though.
Funk Your Feelings is popping. Jeff Jones was good.
Uncle
huh?
Jeff.
So he's asking, he's thinking that he's going to come to Dallas and just start this whole funk movement. And I'm like,
You are not the gatekeeper.
like, hold on, I'm not the gatekeeper, but at the same time, I'm like, well, no, it is funk in Dallas, brother. It's
Right.
definitely it's funk here. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, man. So where is it at then? You know. All right, well, you know, I got this Thursday night thing at this spot called Loose and Low. Like, let me, just come holler at me, man, and
Loose and low.
this is, just come holler at me, man. And he came, brought his talk box, man, and ever since then.
Yeah.
Ever since then, but yeah, so you came and you talked to somebody, and somebody lied to you about it not being funky in Dallas, and what else happened?
Well, shoot.
Need some
That's
salt?
about it.
Need some
No,
sugar with
we
that
came
salt?
down. Shoot, I mean, I mean, it was cool, man. When I got down here, I mean, I put a lot of groundwork in for real. Like before I moved out here, I had just put a CD out that February, so I was already
this
doing
Funk
stuff.
Electric Praise?
That is Funk Electric Praise. That was the second one.
We do our research here on DFW.
I see that. I see that. That was the part 2 by that time. So I had just put out the CD, did a release, did a show, all of that. And then I had a bunch of videos where I was doing talk box clips, and I had that stuff in rotation with the CD release. So getting towards the end, like me and Jamil, we literally switched spots at the same time. He moved back home to St. Louis. I moved down to Dallas.
Yeah, like y'all just
and we
swapped.
just exchanged. We literally exchanged information.
He was like, bro, where you at?
So
No,
right, like he moved there just before I left. He got to St. Louis, so I kind of put him with a couple of guys that I knew at home, and he took over my position at the church I was at, and then he connected me with a couple bass players. Shout out to Gordon, Scooter,
Okay.
Melvin Pearson. So there was a couple of good guys that he connected me with. So we just kind of took it off. That's how I ended up with that gig with Indigo, because Gordon connected me with Indigo. So that's Gordon played a big puzzle piece with a lot of folks I met. The first person I did a gig probably a week after I got here. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that one right there.
I mean, you can talk about it.
No.
Was it Funk Your Feelings?
No, it was a good gig, but it was, I'm gonna leave that one. Leave that in the pocket. So
Talk about off camera.
offline.
Okay.
But I started, moving around.
Yeah,
I was
loose and low.
I got it. I found out about the DFW share sessions by then, so I was constantly putting up video. Hey, I'm moving here. I'm moving in town. I play this, play that. So I just really put a lot of groundwork in before I got here. So by the time I got here, I had already interacted with Gordon and a couple other guys. So it made it a lot easier because they kind of helped move me around and put me in a couple of, spots to at least get me going. So that was enough to get me going. But, me being a go-getter, I just kept the groundwork going. Yeah. So
that's one of the things I will say that I've noticed about you. You're a very consistent person when it comes to promoting yourself or putting yourself out there. Because even before I met you, I did notice that you was consistently making posts in a group about whatever events you had going on. Because I remember when I first saw you and your sons was at some shed at a church. I don't remember what church it was. And your sons, I don't remember what I think he was on your talk box too. But
yeah,
but
that was Makai. Makai, the very first. So we got here that Thursday. No, we got here that Friday. We got here Friday.
Thursdays.
Right, you hear me? Got here Friday. Saturday, Makai had already had a drum. They did a drum clinic, like a drum. Whatever you call it, where they be having all the featured drummers come in. And Makai was the youngest one to come in and do it. He was, at the time, he was only like 12. Yeah. And they had set him up, put the flyer up. So we got here to Texas that Saturday. We moved into our apartment and then ran to go do the clinic right after that.
Oh, wow.
For Makai. Same day. Same day, and then I did the talk box. We did us three. We did our
but then PJ had a bass solo, and I'm like, who is this kid playing the bass?
He was 9 then.
Yeah, he just I'm like, bro,
He was 9.
He was 9. He had only been playing 1 year when he did that solo.
And was
I remember you announced that in the mic. I was like, I like that kid's gonna be serious. I already knew it.
So when I met Makai first. I met Makai first, the oldest one, and he played drums or whatever, and it came in there killing. Yeah. Came in there killing, man, and Mike was like, "No, you need to meet my other son." I'm like, "Okay, what's your other son gonna do?" And then here comes cute little sweet bubbly PJ. You know what I'm saying? Just like murdering grown men.
And you know what I love
what
so
I'm
much
saying?
about PJ is that he has no. He don't even. I don't think. You know how bass players like to make the funky
Yeah.
stank face. I don't even think he'd do that. Or I've never. I already know. He just. It just be so regular, and he just be just killing it.
It's like it's Thursday.
Yeah, right.
I have nothing else to do, so I'm here.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess we'll just use that as a segue then, man. So let's get into your kids, man. These grown men that you call kids. You got shout out to the nephew Makai Pugh, PJ Pugh, and Michaela.
Pugh boys and Michaela.
And Michaela.
She her own vibe.
Powerhouse.
She really is.
So like, was that to push them into the music? Was that intentional, or like did they just kind of see you and like how was that like coming up seeing your kids do that?
So, okay, let me tell you how they even. So, Makai been playing drums since he was 2. He actually has, if you go on YouTube and type in Makai Pugh 2 years old drum, he actually has a video on YouTube
Oh, wow.
when he was 2 years
Okay.
old. Okay. The first time he ever sat down at a drum set, and I played a track, and he literally listened to everything that was happening in the track and was mimicking what he could do with his ability. Yeah. So I already knew he was gonna be all right, but PJ, I didn't really push anything on PJ. Makai, I probably pushed a lot more because he was always with me. Mm-hmm. And then there was a situation that kind of went with just like me learning other instruments. Mm-hmm. I got tired of people. I straight up got tired because, I mean, it's been a couple of like really dope bands I've had that I played with. Would get some friction going, and as soon as things start taking off, everybody just, I don't know if they got scared, but they just gave up. So it's like, all right, starting from scratch. So I just got tired of that. Tired of doing it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it in the family.
Have you little Jackson 2?
right. But, you know,
Jackson 3?
I don't slap him side the head.
Yeah.
Like that, you know.
Without the violence?
I might physically or verbally.
See.
No, that's not what.
Hey, I told you, do not let him bait you in.
No,
He beat his kids.
He do not beat his kids.
Mike
Regina gonna beat you.
No,
Mike Pugh beat his
verbally.
kids.
No, I'm tough on my kids, but no.
I ain't never seen you be physical with him.
So, but you know, I just got tired of that stuff. It's like, and honestly, that's how my music started bursting out because
You got beat.
just got.
You got Joe Jackson.
Right. I just got tired of it. So it's like, you know, I'm going to do my own thing, get my stuff going. And, Makai was picking it up already. So he was already playing the tracks and different things. PJ came a little later. Like, obviously, he came right before we moved out here. So, and I didn't really bother PJ at all. I just kind of let him. When he was ready, it was like, okay.
So was it like was he like just walking around in Pampers like trying to pick at your bass or like what?
No,
like, was he?
PJ was actually the sports guy. He was a running back in
Really?
football. Both of them
okay.
were, but he was kind of focused on that. It's actually an interesting story with even how PJ even got started playing bass. Period. Mm-hmm. So how it all started, and it was God ordained. So we were, right, but we were, so what happened, we were in my basement and he had to play, he was trying to learn the bass. He could play like maybe 3 or 4 notes at a time, enough to, do CCM.
Yeah. That's all you need.
You need 3 or 4 notes and you good. Yeah. So he was playing the song and then he had to lead the song as well. So we was downstairs, I was on the keyboard, Makai was on the drums, he was on bass singing, Regina was downstairs, and he was singing and playing and just got over full. Start boohoo crying like was a through piece. Yeah. So we start tearing with him. And while he was holding the bass, he started speaking in tongues.
Wow.
While he was holding it, couldn't play a lick. While he started speaking in tongues, received the Holy Ghost, holding the bass. And that was that was June the year before we moved out here.
Wow.
A year before that.
Yeah.
And not even a year later, the dude playing Jocko and playing Teen Town and all of this stuff.
And
It's
so,
like,
so at this time he's 8.
yeah, he's eight when he's holding the
8
bass.
years old. That's crazy.
And man, the rest is history. I mean, y'all hear him on these clips and stuff. It's like, it's unreal. Like even, I mean, you know, even with the stuff I show him, because I don't really even teach him like the notes in general. Anybody can learn notes, but learning the feel and musicianship and everything, all the tools you need to really survive in this thing, that's the kind of stuff I really focus on. But the way he picks it up and
Do y'all ever battle at home?
oh yeah,
Like if you like, you know what, you just really just done made me mad. Go get your bass. We finna battle.
I don't think it's that. I think sometimes I think Mike pride kick in, and
You think so?
I think my pride his pride kick in, and every time I think I'm still your daddy. Hold on, man. Don't forget where you. Hold on now.
well, I got gears that I don't put out. Yeah. I mean, I enjoy the pocket.
Yeah.
But I can go beyond that.
Yeah,
but I
of
choose
course.
not to. Whereas he, you know, the
So
younger guys, they
you
just
kinda pull back.
Yeah.
You kind of pull back so he can.
nah, because he can play.
Yeah.
He give me some pressure now, and I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm not that dad that's. I'm not that guy that's like, oh no, I can't. You know, leave my son
ain't gonna
out
show
shining.
me up.
No,
Yeah.
I embrace it. I
And
want
that's
him to
dope.
be so much more than what I was. Even with how hard I went, I want him to go even harder. I want him to shut down the world if he can with what he's doing.
So now we got Makai, we got PJ. So now you got baby girl. I don't know what the
She is so adorable.
You got her on the way. Now what do you think if you could just try to predict what do you think her thing is going to be?
The tambourine.
If you would please stop. This
She
has been
will not unless it's just an auxiliary part.
This has been such a good conversation.
Y'all just don't give us enough credit. I'm sorry, it's not about the tambourine.
But if you could just have just try to gather some type of idea, what do you think she gonna be? Her niche is gonna be.
I don't know. That's what's crazy because before I moved here, I had an organ. I had to get rid of a lot of equipment before I moved here. So I had an organ that she used to crawl up there and she could cut the switch on, and she was actually playing the top and bottom. She was only like 3 doing that. She'll crawl up there and do that. She sits at home, she picks up a guitar, she'll go get on her keyboard, and she in there, you walk past her and she's in there with her eyes closed while she's like just figuring out what she wants to do. So
And she got a little voice on her too.
she has a but she gets, all of them do.
All of
That's
them
what
do,
people don't know.
Yeah.
And PJ,
I've heard all 3. Yeah.
Makai can sing. He has more of a baritone type. PJ, he's the singer of the house.
Yeah, I remember hearing
But
them
my
singing
wife-
at the birthday joint we did at Freeman.
Right.
I'm like, okay.
Like he can sing. My wife sings. So a lot of the vocal part they get all of that from her because she's
I really
a dope
love her
singer.
voice. I love Regina's voice.
Yeah, she's dope. I'm trying to get her out more, but you know, we working on that. She chilling right now.
I also like the fact that y'all sometimes does this when she does her worship
Oh yeah.
thing, and it's live and y'all are playing
And we
behind.
play behind.
I think that is so dope because you don't see that a lot with families who are musically inclined.
And then going back to Makai, this cat done got into production, man. I was talking to me and Bo talk about Makai often, man. Cause now he's on this like production, and he's he has a camera and editing, getting into angles and playing with angles and lenses and stuff like that. And like I said, the production part is
real.
He got this one thing. He took like a sample of his little sister singing a song, and then put that to a track, and then I'm like,
I love
I'm
it.
like, yo, Now,
it's dope.
so now
You ever bring it up, building a whole arsenal?
so let's talk about this because I feel like this part of the conversation might help some people.
Pugh
right?
label.
Right.
This part of the conversation might help some people. So a lot of people don't all the way know that your oldest son is actually autistic.
Yeah.
No way.
So you didn't know that?
Yeah.
Never knew that, and you cannot tell.
So what is being a parent and I'm gonna get into a little bit this later, man. But you are I have so much respect for you, of course, as a musician and all that good stuff, man. But just as a parent, as a father, you are definitely, man, like you are definitely dope as a father. From what I see, you have beautiful kids, you have respectful kids. And so going back to Makai, having a son that's autistic, which me personally, I don't see that as a handicap.
Right.
When you really look at people with autism, if anything, it's probably a superpower.
Right.
It's like you actually got a cheat code. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but for the people who's listening who may be in that same situation, how do you deal with having a son who has autism, and how do you teach him how to still navigate and stuff like that?
So a lot of it, even with I know a lot of folks that's talk to him now. Like if you talk to him long enough, you can kind of somewhat see it. He's real high functioning, so it's hard to catch it unless you really engage in a full conversation and get deep into it. It's like, okay, I can kind of see it. But when we first got here, Makai, he had anxiety with talking to people. Like he couldn't talk to people. But I think we were at, where were we at? I think we were at the Freeman one time, and Cleon came through the door, and Makai was had a fetish before we even moved here. He was already he had a fetish watching Cleon, a lot of his videos and stuff. A lot of guys around here, but Cleon, when he saw him at the Freeman, he was like, man, that's Cleon. I'm
He got a fangirl out.
Yeah, he did. He did. And I told him well, go talk to him. He was like, I don't know what to say. He started really panicking. I'm like, so what I did is I coached him. I told him, well, ask him this question. Go up and say, hey, I'm a big fan of you. Is there anything you can show me? What is there something that I can learn that you can tell? Basically told him to ask him. And Cleon talks.
Jesus Christ.
So all you got to do is open up the conversation, and Cleon gonna take it. So
I told you, Cleon ain't got nothing to do. He ain't got nothing to do. He just talk he talk to himself.
Right.
for 30 minutes about nothing. Cleon, go do something, Cleon.
Right. So he went over there and talked to him, and they ended up talking for almost 45 minutes. Cleon was talking to him, and it kind of made Makai got a little more comfortable with talking. And I used that same concept with everybody he met, especially when we were out and about. And so he learned a lot of his talking when I was out on gigs, people that he's watched online and knew about. Is well, just go ask him this, and then the conversation, you'll get more comfortable. So over the years, he's gotten way more comfortable now where he can just walk up and just engage in the conversation itself. So it's developing. I mean, the maturity kind of kicks in too, minus the autism, but just kind of coaching him. So he kind of developed a little map, to sort of speak or whatever, how to engage, and he learned that and just got more comfortable. So he does the same routine each time, but once he gets going and gets comfortable, he opens up a lot more. So.
And that's what sucks about our profession because we have to talk to people.
We do, right.
We have to talk. That's
right.
That's one of the top 3 things about being a professional musician, artist, whatever. You have to talk to people, unfortunately.
So
she just raised her hand.
So Erin said on YouTube, she said, talking about Makai and autism and everything, and she said, yes, great question, because I definitely need it for the kids. So I think something maybe you can expound on, right, is how do you use music to kind of bridge that gap with him, or do you use music, or are there other techniques that you use to kind of help develop or kind of help bridge that gap where he's more comfortable?
Well, it's a couple things. Number one, I mean, even before we moved here, you know, kids at that age, when like around 9 and all, they don't understand that you got autism. They just
living.
it's right.
Yeah.
So a lot of times the bullying kind of kicks in because they think you you slow or whatever, but he just processes things differently. So, and Makai, so we actually pulled him out of school. So Makai has been, I think, almost 6 or 7 years now. He's been homeschooled. So that's another big thing.
All your kids are homeschooled,
All
right?
of them, yeah. They're all
Shout out to homeschool.
No.
So, you know, that alone, because, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I can imagine, I know what I went through with different stuff, but even with him, Makai was getting in fights every year.
Really?
The difference was they would be messing with him, trying to bully him because of how he responded, but they didn't know that boy had them hands.
I was gonna say, he looked like he got hands.
Like, it was always one hit.
Right,
And
right.
that was it.
You get
Right. So, but at the same time, you know, he knew he could do that, but at the same time, he was playing with his mental.
Yeah.
When kids are saying different things about him and all of that, you know, that for us, especially black kids,
Yeah.
it'll tear you down quick with the pressure and the peer pressure, and then you start having to resort to being hard and, you know, trying to be something that you really not, or you don't need to be.
Yeah.
So pulling them out of school just really reprogrammed his whole way of thinking. Like, you see Makai now, he's extremely confident. You see his hair, he's just kind
I
of
think that's why
doing what
you
he
can't
do.
tell, because
love
even
it.
Uncle Jeff
Yeah.
on here, he said he had no idea. So
Yeah.
I think you guys work really, really well with him.
Yeah.
I mean,
And shout out to my wife, because she's there all day with him, building them up and really trying to give him the tools. And even, you know, school can be difficult. He gets flustered real easy. So him being home and being able to learn at his pace, he can pick it up a little easier rather than just getting left behind like they do all the kids in public
that
school.
takes a certain level of patience on y'all part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why I like, and I talk about y'all whether y'all in the room or not, man. I talk about both you and Regina as a unit because I see how good of parents y'all are with y'all kids. You know what I'm saying? Like again, man. Like, you know, outside of the talent, just respectable kids. I mean, of course, you know, they got their moments, but
Kids are kids.
you know, the kids gonna be kids, man. But just some, and like you have no doubt that these are gonna be like some
West Side Gina.
Look, see, so Rio is from St. Louis too.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
one of my homeboys. He's a rapper, so he know all about West Side Gina.
Oh,
He done
okay.
seen a couple moments like, oh, okay.
Man, I remember one time, and if you just never seen his kids, these ain't we're calling them kids. I really thought that they were full-fledged adults for the first couple times I met them, but
no, they look like kids, Jay.
whatever, bro.
They look like kids.
That's a grown ass man. but nah, man.
You look 30.
you look 30. But now, man. So, but at the same time, these ain't no small kids, man. And you know, fortunately enough, that they got a dad, and their dad is a musician, and so they can go out every now and again or whatever. And it's going to segue into another question, but they can go out every now and again, and sometimes they'll be able to go to like a bar or something like that or whatever, as long as Mike is there or whatever. But there was I guess there was this one time this chick was looking at Makai just a little bit too long.
No
And
way.
this is a grown woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was this one time Gina made a post. She was
I was
like,
just about to say, well, sister.
she made, I think I saw a little bit of West Side Gina when she made that post.
I wish I would have saw that.
She was like, ladies, he is 15. Not my son. You know what I'm saying? But so right. So let's go into, let me segue into that question, right? You have children who are getting a certain level of attention that normal kids don't.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? How do you instill a certain level of balance in them, right? Because you got this situation, like I said, you got a son who's a bass player who and I'm not just saying that because I consider him my nephew or anything like that, but I mean who might be inside, if you want to talk about like top 10 in Dallas bass players.
Man.
And mind you, inside of that list you got like Wes Stevenson, KJ Gray, you know what I'm saying, Robert Tresco. You got like monsters, and you got Ben Parker. You got those type of monsters inside of this like list of bass players in Dallas, right? And then like I said, you got Makai as far as like, you know, his drumming, his production. They're getting a certain level of attention from adults, from like we're fans of them. You know what I'm saying? They're getting a certain level of attention. So how do you give them balance? How do you say, you know, okay, because most children that get a certain level of attention really can't handle it. They get cocky, you know, stuff like that. But you
they are very
you really don't see that with them. So how do you give them that balance?
Well, probably because I be snapping at home.
You beat them. Okay, got you.
No, I don't.
Regina already said they don't.
But she got to take up for him.
No, but I try, even with everything that's going on, I one thing that they do is they pay a lot of attention to how I move and what I do. So I really try and, even though they're doing well and things are, you know, taking off, I still tell them that stuff can be taken away from you in an instant.
Quickly, yeah.
So how you behave and how you act, if you let the arrogance get a hold of you, you're going to end your career a lot quicker, or you're going to be stuck at a level that you don't want, when you know you can go higher. So humility is huge for me. No matter how good you are, you have to have a sense of humility. I mean, you have to be confident.
Yeah.
Don't be. It's a thin line.
Yeah.
Between that confidence and that arrogance, but you got to be able to maintain that. So I really try and instill that with them, that, and honestly, to let them know that there's always somebody that's better.
Yeah.
So don't think that you've arrived. Keep an open mind. Always learn.
Right.
Always learn from whoever.
Shoot, some of these adults need to learn.
I was just about to say that.
And I teach them. Don't just learn on the upper level, but there's people that you may be better than, that you still gonna learn something from
sure.
them.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad, you're gonna
Yeah.
learn something out of what, like, they might get to the gig 2-3 hours early. I'm gonna put myself out there before you even go ahead and throw it out there.
Cause he be trying to throw you under the bus sometimes.
I know he do.
Yes.
I know he do. Talking about I'm gonna be there yesterday.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
Mike will show up to a like, bro, when did you get here? When did you get here?
One thing,
bro?
yeah, Mike always be early, boy. He'd be there, boy.
Mike was early to this.
He really was.
I was like, bro.
Yeah.
I was like,
He called me. I ain't even. He like, yo, where am I at the right place? I'm like, bro,
Jesus
I'll be there about 10 minutes.
right, who here?
But you know what?
At
That's a great trait to have, though.
Yeah.
That's a great trait to have. You know, being on time and stuff like that. Jesus Christ! But that's what's up. I'm gonna ask you this last family question. I got one more family question. So with all that being said, right? With all that being said, you know, beautiful family, wife, 2 sons, daughter. But then you have Mike. You have you. You have Mike Pugh, the musician, the artist. You got Mike, the worker. You know, the dude who goes to his job, and then you just have just you as a person. You know what I'm saying? You have those times where, you know, you just need a minute for just you, right?
Right.
So sleeping bag up.
Yeah, I'll see back on.
Y'all.
Pat no.
Look, Rio, he's been that way for, yeah.
That's what's up. Well, I do. When did you get here? I'm waiting on them to open the door. Like, word? So with all that being said, one of a word, even now that I'm still trying to learn is balance, right? How do you, again, husband, father, all of that, artist, like how do you balance all of that?
Cause you be busy.
Yeah,
You be booked and busy.
yeah, very, very.
Man,
So
don't miss a beat.
At all.
when I'm not doing none of that, I'm at home.
Yeah,
I don't go out.
yeah, good.
So I'm right.
Ain't nothing out here, Mike.
No, I know. I've seen
Stay
it.
your ass.
I've seen it.
Ain't nothing out
I've
here,
seen
Mike.
it. So I mean, most of my time, I mean, I play, towards the weekend, it's like Thursday through Sunday, counting church and all of that. But whenever if I don't get a call, then we definitely try and go catch movies, try and go out to eat, hang out. But most of my time, if I'm not there, if I'm not with a bass in hand, I'm at home chilling.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I enjoy that time when I get it, because or when I get, like, I'll cut the music off. When I'm not playing, especially after a loud gig, depending on who I played with. We ain't gonna go there either, though. We
Are you
gonna
talking
put
about
that.
Funk Your Feelings?
No, it's some other ones,
Of
but
course
we
he
gonna
ain't
put that.
talking.
We gonna put that in the
I was
pocket.
trying to say.
Of course
that
he
locked
ain't
up.
talking.
But
He's not talking about funky. They're gorgeous.
they're
They
gorgeous.
are gorgeous. He is not talking about.
That's the inside joke.
Yeah, they are gorgeous.
But yeah, and then because my wife does a lot of things too, like she was saying, she does her worship thing. She has a web page that's opened up, so she's got a lot going on. All of us got a lot going on in the house, honestly. Everybody does, even
Literally all of y'all.
literally
Yeah.
all of us. So
Even baby girl.
yeah, so and most, like, I do a lot with the social media and different things, but when I'm just chilling, we in there talking and just hanging out for real, enjoying each other. So like,
You don't need no I ain't even saying you. I'm just gonna say your household. Y'all don't need some type of assistant, because every time I look up, y'all are doing something
then look,
every day. So I know.
I would love to have an assistant or man. I'm stubborn. My
listen.
thing is, and
Talk
then a lot
about
of it is because of my upbringing. Like I said, with the situations I've been in, it's like you get to a point where you get tired of depending on people, because not everybody's gonna have that same zeal you got. Like
that's very
I go
Baby.
I'm very passionate about what I do.
Right.
Everybody ain't gonna match that energy.
Also, but
That is very true.
Also,
So-
my thing is, it's like, why would I hire you if you don't know more than me? It's like,
Or gonna go harder to
You know what I'm
just
saying?
try
Yeah.
and pass me up to outdo
Exactly.
me. So it's like, for me, it's like if I'm gonna bring somebody in, they gotta like worry me to let me know, like, okay, this person they're gonna do it harder than I'm even doing it.
Yeah.
So I can trust that to go ahead and let that happen. But it's hard. I mean, everybody just don't have it. Not everybody has that go get. I mean, I play every weekend. Monday through Friday. Some Saturdays I'm working every day. I get up and go to work.
Yeah.
We got done at what? Boggy Club. We got home almost what? Well, that was Saturday.
That was Saturday.
So Friday I did a show and I didn't get home till almost 3 o'clock, and I had to go to work at 7:30 that morning. So I had to be up at 6.
Man.
So I mean, but I'm built. That's just my
Yeah.
mindset. Like, my family means everything. My family means everything to me. So
Yeah.
everything I do, even with going out to play, everything is always a thought process before I do it. Like, I'm getting up. I know they depend on me. Just like if I go to these gigs, they looking at me. When they see me, they see my kids. So
Yeah.
when my kids start getting out here on the gig circuit, they already know what to expect because they've seen they pop. So everything is strategic.
Right.
That's
So,
good.
And I'm sure it helps having a family that understands what you do.
That's very important,
You know
because
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
like I said, my wife's a singer, so she's been around the music. She knows what it takes.
Yeah.
It's a lot at times. Sometimes it's a bit much, but you know, when we can get that time, we can just kind of chill and lay back. We take advantage of that. But, you know,
What is he talked about your sons being, you know, at late gigs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wondered, like, how do you, when the gig is over, how do you get them? Because we know how some musicians turn it off.
yeah.
But since they're so young, how do you train them, or how do you advise them on how to relax after a gig or whatever? Especially if it's a gig that y'all done together.
Well, they've already been trained.
What?
They've already been trained to have a business mindset when you go into a situation. You go in, you do what you got to do. Even when we there, if y'all really pay attention to how we flow, even like on breaks, y'all might not see us. We
Yeah.
somewhere chilling off to
They
the
gonna be in the
side,
back. Yeah.
Right.
just kind of okay, relax it for a minute. Then we get up there, do what we got to do, go back, we relax and chill. Like, you don't have to be always, I mean, you move around for, you know, your brand or whatever you do. But for us, you know, we just kind of move different. So they just kind of got accustomed to that, honestly. Like, when we get done playing, we pack up, it's time to go
Y'all
home.
be done.
Oh,
Like,
pack
as soon
up.
as that last note, y'all be like, all right.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Because they got school in the morning, right?
well, I mean, it's that, but then I also, you know, like we said, there ain't nothing out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Be
So it
ready
ain't
to go.
nothing to be
Same way.
seen. We done playing, it's
Ain't
time
no
to go.
mingling, ain't no.
No, because that's the other thing I talked to. I mean, I got 2 boys
Yes.
that are moving up and
Two
very
black
well in the
boys.
ranks.
Yeah.
And a lot of attention is coming that way. So it's like, y'all ain't got time for that. You worry about that when you established and have your stuff going and
Yeah.
you good. You know you can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So you make sure that you worry about that right
Yeah,
now
before you
because
worry about that.
because that's gonna be there
Right.
no matter what.
Yeah.
Especially after the gig.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Uncle
Oh,
Jeff
you
said-
showed and played. Yeah, now sit down.
Get some. You give lessons.
Sit down.
Look.
Sat down.
So yeah, I try.
I'm trying to tell you tonight that evil. Evil.
And I'll say that's the other thing with my boys is that I'm very raw with them. I'm honest because I know from my own mistakes. Like I actually have a lot of folks don't know other than if you from St. Louis. I actually have an older son that's actually 22.
Yeah.
So that's college years.
Pull out, right?
Yeah.
Sir.
So college years. So you know, just from that, I did the whole support thing. Went through all of that stuff. So, you know, I have a big heart when it comes to things like that, especially with them, because I don't want them to make that type of mistake.
Yeah.
Especially because of the light that's on. It was like, man, y'all they gonna be tripping.
Yeah.
So this is what you expect. This is what you listen for. You know when to move, know when to get duck and dodge, get out of there. So I try and be as honest and real with them
it's
as
time
much
to
as
go when
possible.
it's time to go.
It is for real.
time to go.
That's facts.
Yeah,
like
man.
because musician, yeah,
Yeah.
it's an interesting lifestyle.
Man,
but
listen.
Man, we see so much, man.
You ever see any of the drunkards be feeling the music too much and go up to your kids while they on stage and be trying to
yeah, they get blocked real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah. That.
security?
yeah. I'm security and artist on the stage.
And listen for the people for the people who know, and I would like to say this to you and Regina, man. You know,
18.
they had 10-man Travis in the building. But to you and Regina, I appreciate y'all for letting us be a part of that village, man.
Right.
Because we, you know, you talk about like myself, you know, for sure, like, you know, Bo, you know, a couple other cats, you know, man, it's like, man, it's like we are just as protective.
Yeah.
You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
I've seen it, yeah.
We are just as protective over
Right.
them boys, man. Is because it's like we see. Not only do we just see something in them, but it's like you don't want anything to hinder any type of progress.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, and that's why we always tell them, man. And like anything y'all ever need, especially for the boys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm gonna ask you this, and then we got to go on break. I'm gonna ask you this last thing. How do you feel about the love that you and your family as a whole has gotten from like the Dallas community and stuff like that?
Man, look, it's unmatched. I'm gonna be like for real. Like,
We showed our hospitality.
oh yeah, it's wonderful. I haven't thought twice, and I'm here. Like I love it. I love it. Since I touched down, it's been cool.
Dope.
So everybody we've met, and it's dope because you got guys. I mean, I don't know like how the move is with other people, you know, that come around them, but like folks like Cleon, folks like Sput, and all these guys who come and embrace you, that you know, from a distance you wouldn't know what kind of personality. You know, these guys are on these elite levels, so you would, you know, I'm treading lightly. I'm treading lightly. But those guys that's on that level, the fact that they would even take time to pull my kids around and say, hey, let me show you something. Or come to the studio and hang with us and let's chat and chew or whatever. You know, it's dope that the boys can, that's another reason with the humility, because they can see these guys on that level. They doing what they love to do and doing it at the high level, but at the same time, they're approachable. Like you can come and talk to them. You can ask them questions. If they see that you're hungry with it, they're going to drop it on you.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know, Texas has been everything that, I mean, way more than, I knew it was a God move, but God really just blew our minds with a lot of what's happened since we've been here. I mean, all the opportunities we've had. I mean, I never thought in a million years I'd do a talk box for Janet.
Yeah.
So, you know, folks like Daniel, recipes to Daniel, you know, to even consider, you know, what I do as my craft and take it seriously, as serious as I take it.
Yeah.
You know, to deposit into me to give me that opportunity. I mean, I did something for Fred for John P. Key when he came in town. I wasn't even here that long, and I did like part of his movie. I don't know when that's coming out.
Oh, nice.
But you know,
that
just
joined the Fort Worth?
Yeah.
That was at a church?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So just to be able to do that, I mean, it's so many different things that's happened since I've been here, man. It's just been crazy. So,
including
you know,
the village blessing your kids, right?
Including that.
I saw
like,
a picture you posted. Somebody blessed Makai with some symbols.
Frank Mocha.
yeah.
Shout out to Frank.
Nice.
So you know, even Cleon, he wants to get some stuff to him. PJ has been blessed. Like those basses you see, those are from like mainstream guys that play bass that just mailed their bass to him.
Yeah.
Like I see what you're doing, young fella, and I'm gonna deposit into you. Like it's been love since we got here, man.
Love it.
I know that it was meant. If anything,
all the money that you have not had to spend.
Man.
Right.
Man. Because them basses there,
They're probably
those are car notes.
$4,000. Man.
Both bases he got are car notes. And it's like, but he's set. Other than unless somebody want to bless him with a bass rig, hey, you receive not because you ask not. So
You be playing some of his stuff?
nah. I love my basses.
Love your bases.
You know, I just, you know.
He like he had it.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Luke Paul, what you got?
Man, we need break time. It's break time, y'all.
You got a potty?
Uh-huh.
He is moving a little more.
It's
Yeah, my leg twitchy. No, I'm just playing.
His pants was playing tic-tac-toe. But that's what's up, man. Hey,
My pants has a personality of its own. So.
obviously. But listen, man, this is DFW Shed Sessions, man. We appreciate y'all so much. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a real quick break for my geriatric brother right here to go relieve himself.
That leg.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all tune in and y'all make sure y'all look at some of the advertisements that we got. There's some people that got some good stuff going on. Maybe we got a service on there in the advertisement that will be able to help you out with something that you need. But don't go anywhere. We got Big Mike Pugh in the building. This interview was a long time coming. We're going to be right back.
Right back.
Don't bust that nut just yet.
Jeez.
We will be back.
That's going to be a regular thing.
See, I'm a photographer. Feel what I'm saying?
So if they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, it's my job to make sure they hear every last one of them. I got you.
What up, everybody? What's up, fam, man? Y'all are here with your boy, Mr. Music, a.k.a. The Boss. Listen, if you have not, man, definitely go check out my music school. I have a school located in the DeSoto area called Mr. Music School of Music. Check that out, MrMusic.com. I also have a party band from the DFW area, Soulful Sounds Party Band. If you have not, look that up, man. Go follow us on all social media platforms.
Y'all, I finally did it. I finally finished my first ebook, From Overlooked to Overbook, the blueprint to a successful career as a musician. Y'all, I poured my heart and soul over this ebook, compiling information from many years of experience that I feel would be beneficial to anybody who's looking to level up their career as a musician. I got so many topics on there, 10 different topics on there, talking about EPKs, professionalism, the gear to use. Go over to my link in bio, check out my ebook, follow me as I give more daily tips in regards to this topic to your future.
You don't have to be a used to be my angel, then you switched. You don't have to be a used to be my angel, then you switched. You just switch it to a
Yeah, I'm doing that on Saturday.
All right, ladies and gents, we are back. We had to take a quick pause for the cause.
We busy.
So make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, DFW Shared Sessions. Make sure you guys follow us on social media under Instagram and TikTok under DFW at Shared Sessions.
Okay. You good? You all right?
Let me redo that. At DFW _ Shared Sessions.
Lou had a stroke, everybody.
I'm good, brother. I'm overthinking. I'm overthoughting.
You overthought
Lou,
it.
don't
Yeah.
let him do you like that.
So also, guys, you can also follow us under our Facebook page under the DFW Shared Sessions FB page.
Man, I think Dre heard you.
Yep.
Oh. Like, my bad. I forgot he said that the mice was hot and I'm used to counting down out loud.
Yeah.
Shout out Dre. What up, homie?
Keep me together though. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dre Sims.
Shout out to my good brother Andre. We gotta get him on the podcast
Is that
too.
Dre? Oh.
Andre Saint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Turntable. Mr. Turntable stands.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When he turned his keyboard around.
Right.
Yeah, man.
That's my dog.
He
that
the
boy.
only keyboard player I know who make duck lips while he plays.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
Terrible.
So let's get to these social media plugs. Professor Matt Will, where can we find you on social media?
You you can find me on. I know. Thank you, Mike, because they don't go with me when I say it, and they suck. You can find me on all social media platforms under Professor Melwell.
Okay, my good brother, that was short and sweet and
Right.
quick.
To the point.
Yeah, straight to the point. So, my good brother JL Greer, where can we find you on social media, my good brother?
Man, I am on Facebook, Instagram, JL Groove. Who is JL Groove? If you want to ride this funk train, you can holler at me on Facebook and Instagram. That's Funk Your Feelings, FUNKYO Feelings. Got the co-captain of that here mothership sitting right here with us. You know what I'm saying? So Funk Your Feelings. As a matter of fact, we will be at Nate's Seafood this Thursday.
Nice.
Nate's Seafood in Addison this Thursday, so you can check Funk Your Feelings out there. And then also follow me on another Groove project. That's another one of my projects. Photography, videography, PR, anything like that. We can get you right. Also, if you want to dabble in some funky couture, we can get you right there. Just make sure you holler at us. A lot of times we'll sell merch at the gig and stuff like that. So make sure. And also shout out to the good brother Pharaoh.
He made this.
He does.
He made that?
Yeah, he does our merch, man.
Nice.
You came up with the concept?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, he does our merch. So shout out to the good homie Pharaoh Jackson for getting us right on the merch. If you saw his ad in there, so if you want to do some, Andre, I'm sick of you, bro. So if you need some merch done, anything like that, go holler at Pharaoh Jackson, Pharaoh Tees. He'll get you right. And yeah, that's me.
Nice. Oh, so me.
Oh,
yeah.
Lou.
Yeah, who, me?
Where can we find you?
So
No
you,
one asked.
you can find me on good old
It's
TikTok.
Lewis rolling on dubs.
Thank you. I appreciate
I
you
wanted to do
tonight.
it when you can find me.
They don't never go with me when I say it. Quit rolling your eyes.
Social media plug, sir.
Oh, so you can find me on Instagram on the Lou Paul Beats. You can find me on TikTok on Lou Paul Beats. You might catch some of my lives on Lou Paul on that good old TikTok there. So make sure you guys follow me. I'm always up to something. Also, you can check out my music. I have music on all music streaming platforms under Lou Paul Beats. Check out some nice, chill hip hop instrumental music. And you can check me out on YouTube as well under Lou Paul Beats. So my good brother Mike Pugh, where can we find you on social media?
Well,
We're not going to read it. We're not going to read the comment. Go ahead, Mike.
wait.
Because he's going to start feeling it. Where's the humility? Go, Mike.
You can find me on anything: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Well, not anything, Yeah, but
Anything but OnlyFans.
anything but them things. Under the name of Big Mike Pugh, BIGMIKEPUGH. Or you can check out our band Pugh Funk, which is on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. If you want to check out some video and content. Or you can just type in Big Mike Pugh on any of the digital outlets. I got 3 records out right now. I'm working on some new stuff, so
Already.
yeah.
Just to read a couple of comments, Aaron said, Kaysen said hey to Mike and Eric, so give him a shout out.
What up, Kaizen?
Yeah.
What up?
Jeff, I don't know why he put this, but for those who are on YouTube that want to know what the comment says for whatever reason, he said, hey, he said, hey, JL, salute to you too, fam. The support you give to the city and people who are fairly new to the city, such as Big Mike and myself, you are greatly appreciated, big dog. Salute to you.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful. Give yourselves a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, man. Just to that comment, shout out to Uncle Jeff. I do that to the people who definitely deserve it, man. Along with Mike, but even yourself, and we need to get you on. We need to get you on here too, man. you're one of those people, and I've told you this before in private. You're one of those people who do it the right way, man. You're one of those people, man. You put out your own product. You put out a quality product at that, man. And you just like business wise and everything, you just do it the right way. So shout out to you too, my good brother. Like any accolade that you get, you definitely deserve it, man. So and same with people like Mike Pugh and stuff like that. I mean, you just give honor to who honor is due. And if they doing good stuff, you should definitely highlight that, and I just try to do that as much as I can. So, and then also that's also a small part of why Lou Powell and myself developed this platform.
Yep.
To shine a light on people. I don't think a lot of people get to talk to Mike, because he be ready to go.
When it's time to go,
when it's time to go.
He already said that.
So yeah, man. So yeah, but I appreciate that. Appreciate that real talk.
Yeah, so I know we usually do this on the lives at the beginning, but I wanted to get to it, I guess, now. So did y'all do anything over the weekend? Anything interesting happen? Gigs, shows, or anything? Or anybody?
Funk Your Feelings, we blessed the Balcony Club.
Okay.
That was a pretty good show. Just a little bit of transparency on my end. And me and Mike, we had this conversation after the show.
So is that a residency?
Yeah and no. Well, they try to have us there once a month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Just me personally, I don't like to get to a point to where we get stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as far as Funk Your Feelings is concerned, it's about and is a lot of it is on me. A lot of it is on me, but I understand like all the guys, they're busy and stuff doing their own thing. But we have I'll let you listen. We listened to a couple of them. We got a couple originals in the vault. We got some and I'm blessed to be able to work with a group of very creative guys. You know what I'm saying? I got one of my favorite songwriters is on my team, Bo Dub. I got somebody who loves funk just as much as me. Not quite, because he's never seen Parliament Funkadelic.
Here you go.
But like if I'm like here, he's like right here. You know what I'm saying? I actually go pay homage to my funk forefathers. But other than
Wow.
but other than that, so I just I kind of feel like, okay, we getting stagnant. I think it's about time we, because I think every now and again you just gotta remind cats like, y'all do know why it all of a sudden got funky in Dallas for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So but I mean, shout out to everybody. That's not a slug towards anybody, but I'm just saying I think it's time that we get to a point to where we, I'm kind of tired of doing busting loose. If you've seen us play, you've heard that song.
I think just that time I see you do a video, y'all do.
We do busting loose.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a staple though.
Yeah. I think that's one of the ones we can throw in the basement and let that just sit for a while. Yeah. But yeah, and that's just me being transparent. I think every band go through that moment to where it's like, okay, we need to revamp. We need to just pretty much do better. We need to put out a better quality product. You know what I'm saying? And the show was dope. Yeah. The people loved it. But I know that we could be better. And then, that's just some transparency on my part.
Yeah, I think that's really dope when you have the right pieces, like the right people, far as when you have a band and when you have a certain vision for what you have, as far as you doing funk and all of that. And then, you saying y'all doing stuff on a creative end, because that allows you to move so much easier within the realm of whatever you're trying to do. Because I know, like, far as a lot of bands, people say, you're a great musician. I'm gonna try to see if I get this person to join the band. And, it's a difference between just being a person that's filling in and doing the gig and being a band member. Because being a band member, there's more that comes with that. Investing your time and your source of creativity of whatnot, whatever it is.
And man, being a band leader.
Yeah, that too.
That's a whole nother gorilla, man, because there's a lot of stuff that even the band members don't see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That we gotta do.
What's up, Mark?
That we gotta deal with. You know what I'm saying? But now,
He's
man,
on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Shout out Mark Ayers. All right,
Mark
shout out to
Ayers,
homie
what
Mark
up?
Ayers.
Cuzzo.
Mark.
But yeah, man. Hey, y'all go back and watch Mark Ayers' interview too, man. He was
really dope.
definitely dropping some dimes on there. But now, man, I'm luckily in. So we were talking about humility earlier, right? And I used to, when I was younger and, first, trying to start a band and projects and stuff like that, I used to be that cat that, I had to do everything. I got to do everything. I gotta make every decision. I got to do, blah, blah. And then it got to a point to where it's like, man, are you doing that? But you're not going nowhere. Like if you're doing it by yourself, you yourself can only do so much, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like a cheat code is like, okay, how about you just hire everybody that's better than you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like in a certain sense, it's like I look at it like a football team. You have your head coach, right? A good football team, your defensive coordinator should be better than the head coach at defensive coordinator. Your special team should be better at the head coach. Your offensive coordinator should be better than the head coach at offensive coordinator. But the head coach is the better facilitator, right? So when it comes to certain things, so like I said, I got people on my team, like especially in Funk Your Feelings, who I feel who are better than me in their particular field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got somebody like a Bo Dub, who is one of my top 3 songwriters in Dallas. You have somebody like Patrick Stuckey, who I tell people all the time, he plays like a grown man version of me. You know what I'm saying? He plays like an adult. He plays grown man drums. You know what I'm saying? And it's
So
like
you
you were doing this conversation was going so good. Bro.
I was doing good.
Yeah, you were doing
My
good.
man, but when
know
you
what I'm
said
saying?
that, I was like, well, so does that mean you're childish or sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, my bad, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? You have somebody
Yeah.
you have somebody like a Mike Pugh, who I think he may be like, especially when it comes to like handling a crowd, he might be a little bit more mature than me when it comes to certain situations. But then there's also situations where I think I do what's needed. I say what's needed, and I think might be like, yeah, I'm glad you said that. but and you know, yeah. And just his overall knowledge in the craft and in the music and stuff like that, and he'll tell you I've said this publicly. If I get a gig, I'm calling him first. You know what I'm saying? I call him first. Yo, can you do it? And then on top of that, kind of going back to the earlier conversation, he's always going to say, "Oh, well, let me see what Gina talking about."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me see what we got at the crib first.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about harmony.
And but yeah, and I seek counsel. I ask him for his advice. Hey man, how do I handle this situation? Because I can handle it the way I want to handle it. But the way I want to handle it is easy. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I got to call my co-captain. I got to talk to the co-captain. So yeah, fortunately enough for me, man, I'm dealing with some solid cats, man, who really helped me push the thing forward. So
I got a question. He kept calling you co-captain, and I've always wanted to ask you this, Mike. Did he ask you to be his co-captain? Was it like... I'm serious.
I actually did.
I'm serious. Like, was it like...
You know, it's funny, but some people would automatically put something on some people.
being funny,
You're like,
I
oh, I didn't know I was a part of the band, but
Right.
oh, okay.
Like no, I'm serious. Like, did he say, will you be my co-captain? Or
Nah, it definitely wasn't that.
It was
Try to say
Yes
that was
or no,
literal.
check the box.
That's a soap opera version.
Would you be my co-captain?
But nah, there was a conversation had. There was a conversation had. And then too with him being new to the city at the time, because I'm always about using my platform to help other people. That's the overall goal. You know what I'm saying?
Mark said he got kicked out of Funk Your Feelings. Why would you do him like that?
No, because
whose decision was it, yours or Mike?
Because
I wasn't around yet.
Man, we can't.
Man, so a lot of getting stirred up.
We can't play one at all at a bar, Mark.
Mark, I'm not cutting up. I'm just asking what the people want to know.
We can't play one at all, man. So, but
Pat said Sister Mel is on one. Listen, I'm just asking the questions y'all wanted to ask.
But now,
go ahead.
But now, man, so it's like for what he wanted to do. You know, for what Mike wanted to do when he got here, I already had that platform established.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I had transitions going on in my band anyway. So it was like, okay, well, we can collab, and we can use my platform to help, get you to where, and it's happened because a couple months after that, here come Pugh Funk. Yeah. And now of course I do be salty sometimes because I caught him.
I know you do.
I caught him saying I caught him using one of my I caught him using
Which one? Which
do you
one
want to ride this funk train?
Nah. He said some. What was it? I was watching it. I was like, "Word, Mike." Word.
He didn't patent it, so it's free.
If you wanna start a funk band.
Oh, I heard him say that before. I did hear him.
But that's the remix version. That's it.
Whatever. I heard him.
You gotta have a funky bass player. He just so happens to be in my house.
Listen. Y'all can co-parent that. Go ahead.
But nah, man, it was just a dope comment. You messed up your mic.
I did.
Again.
But there we go. Look at that.
But yeah. So it was.
Now you can add that to you can mic people up now.
Right. Look, I'm stubborn. I mic myself.
You would be the second person that demanded that they mic themselves up.
Yeah. We did have somebody say, I'll do it myself.
But now, man. But yeah. So it was definitely a mutual conversation. And it was a mutual decision, and hopefully everything has been cool. But it's like I like to be honest with myself, and it's like, well, shoot, if you're not 100% satisfied with your product, how do you expect your team to be 100% satisfied with the product? I don't want Mike just stop answering the calls. At the certain point, it's like, all right, so let's get this thing right.
I got one more question, and it's a real serious question, so nobody laugh.
Right.
You say nobody laugh. He already knows it's going to go
down. It's a real serious question. So, without real serious question for real. Since you guys do cohabitate in Funk Your Feelings, right? Is there a time, because one of the things I noticed about you, Mike, is you're quick to listen and slow to speak. And actually, I think I can say that about y'all whole family as far as a unit. Like, I've never seen y'all act, out or rush to make decisions or talk out or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just really cool people. So, dealing with Jay. I said it's a good question. Don't look at me like that. Dealing with Jay. Mark, it's a real question. Dealing with Jay. When he's hasty to go off, because we know he will, is there ever a time that you have to say, all right, Jay, but look at it from this perspective? Like, do you have to be his white angel on his shoulder, or do y'all let the devil win all the time?
Well, it kind of...
That's a real question, though.
It kind of depends on what's happening at the moment. And most of the time, I'm going to make it humorous if it is a moment where it seems like, okay.
So neither one of y'all...
Okay, this person about to get shoved off this stage any minute. So, okay, let me go dance with him right quick to kind of... and pull him back down.
Neither one of y'all are adults, is what you're saying.
No, because, it depends on what's happening.
Okay.
It really depends on what's happening. If somebody deserves to be gone off on, then it's like, yeah.
Perfect.
Get him.
Perfect example.
So-
There was this one time we were playing and it was this one drunk white dude. He was just doing way too much, and he was doing way too much. You remember what it was? He like even in the crowd, like everybody trying to dance and have a good time. He like walking up to random females, picking them up, trying to like doing stuff like one chick, she had on like this skirt, so she trying to, and it's like you can tell that they were
Go ahead, Mark.
You can tell that they were uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You can tell that they were uncomfortable, but it's like they didn't. I guess wasn't trying to make a scene or nothing. So then he decided he wanted to bring that energy to the stage.
Whoa,
Yeah.
big mistake.
And that got that got checked very quickly.
Who checked the you or Mike?
It was me, of course.
Well, he was in front of Eric.
Your
he
eyes
was in
were
front
just
of
so
me.
He
evil
was in
just
front of
now.
him when it happened, but I was kind of like,
Yeah,
if something jump off,
You had his back.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely if he got too ignorant, he was gonna get escorted.
yeah, nah, for sure.
So-
You know what I'm saying? So
Because
it's
it
like,
was disrespectful. He was grabbing these girls, picking them up. Like it was crazy.
he was doing,
Where was this at?
Was it
Loose and low?
Nah. This was
Because it sounded like something that was
fairly
going-
recent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was balcony.
I think it
that
was.
and it had nothing to do with balcony is great.
Yeah.
It had
Right.
nothing to- it was
It's
just,
the person that came
yeah.
to the
like,
establishment.
he was
Right.
just he was just doing way too much, man. And and yeah, he was just doing way too much. So it's like situations like that where people are just utterly disrespectful.
Yeah.
But then there are times. Now I don't try to do anything out of malice, but some things are just funny. Some things are just funny. I have calmed down a little bit on calling people colonizers.
I appreciate that.
I haven't.
He did not one time this past.
Really? Give him a hand clap.
He didn't.
Y'all clap in the comment section, please. Jay,
All right.
behave for the first time.
But he missed. Was that the opportunity you missed?
Well, yeah.
Oh, maybe he just missed the opportunity.
Well,
He probably did. He was.
well, yeah.
It feels so lovely to be here tonight. What a beautiful look. Give yourself a round of applause. You're so lovely. Everyone's so lovely.
I didn't call him a colonizer. But it's like, I'm trying to be more mindful when it comes to stuff like that. But like I said, I got people. Hey, Pat, chill out, bro. Pat, chill out, man. But yeah, even Pat, man, he's definitely like knowledgeable in what we got going on. A lot of times I have to call Pat like, yo, what would you do? What would you do? What should I do? Stuff like that. Let me ask you a question. Since
Wait,
we're
Mark
here-
got a question for y'all.
What up?
It's a legitimate question. He's not acting up like me.
Okay.
Pat said wait until Thursday, though.
Nate's is a different.
Nate's is a different environment.
gorilla.
Yeah. So the question Mark has is, with y'all being artists in the same lane musically, is there ever a time when it's a conflict of interest for gigs?
So from me, I think that's more so a question for Mike.
Mike?
But as far as me go, one of the main goals of my platform is to use the platform to push, what I'm saying, push what other people got going on. I take what I need from it, but the main goal is to push other people. So if Funk, and which it's happened a couple times. If Funk Your Feelings got something or get an offer for something, and Pugh Funk got something on that day, then we can't do it.
You'll say completely no to a gig
Yeah.
because Mike can't beat her?
Yeah.
Mike, would you say no completely to a gig if he has a gig that he needs you to be at? Would you show him that same love?
It's not the same thing. I'm not in Pugh Funk.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, this
Why you
part.
trying to be
I
messy?
recant.
But if it was,
I recant.
Jesus.
Hey, Makai. Or, well, you say Makai. Okay, Makai is on YouTube watching the interview.
Okay.
Shout out to Makai.
Nephew,
All right.
what's going on?
but I would say the feeling like it's a mutual thing for real. Like even if I was in that same situation where he was doing something, because it's just how we operate when we up there. So
Yeah.
if you have to be there to really kind of see how it really it self operates. Like he'll do what he does. Then when he needs me to take, like he needs a break, he just let me know, and then I hold it down until he's ready to get back up.
I don't really take breaks. What happens is
it's organic though.
Yeah, Mike starts showing his ass, and then I just let him have it.
Because you can't come and show yours.
Well, no.
Pause.
It's because.
Who said pause?
because and this is one of the things I love about these guys, man. These guys know how to create moments. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like unrehearsed, unplanned, whatever. These guys know how to. These guys know how to create these moments, and it's like. You don't, for my church folks, you don't quench the spirit.
It's not the same ingredients.
You know what I'm saying? You don't quench the spirit. You don't stop.
Need the right spices.
You don't stop that moment. So it's like shoot. I'm just gonna back up and let them have it. And then we'll move on when we move on.
But I think that's very noble of you to do that.
What's your funniest Funk Your Feelings moment?
The funniest one?
Because we've had a lot.
You should make that his top 5.
No.
Oh man.
What's a funny Funk Your Feelings moment?
I'll give it one.
Okay. Okay.
When we was at the barbecue.
Okay.
And the uncles.
Somebody uncle. It's always an uncle, boy.
Where's Bo? That's hilarious.
He said he had a gig tonight, so he may not be on.
Oh man, that was funny.
They was going straight off on each other, and we didn't know what was happening. We was over there talking.
While y'all was playing?
No, we was done. Well, we done on break or something.
No, we was setting up.
It was before that.
So shout out to the homie Caleb Middleton, man. And I don't think he did it. He didn't do it this year, but he does a backyard party called the Peace, Love, and Music Festival, and we would be playing. We would play there every year, so but it's also like his birthday party.
Okay.
Now Kalen, he has he got a very old school family, like picture, like pretty much just took the trail ride folks and put that in his, and that's his family. You know what I'm saying? You got the old uncles that sit under the shade tree, play dominoes and stuff like that.
Gotcha, Mark.
So anyway, they was already on their level when we got there.
It's already elevated.
And I don't know if they were playing spades. Y'all got to understand. It's just certain games in the black community that are dangerous.
Very dangerous.
That are dangerous. If you
spades, dominoes.
So they was playing whatever. I don't know if it was like spades or whatever, but he was like, Earl, I'm sick of your shit. I'm about tired of you, motherfucker. What's it? Come on, like we said, no, like, are they about to? Yeah, and they had us dying, and so like between me and Bo and Mike, we just in the microphones doing that all night throughout the set. Like, I'm sick of your shit. Bring it on in. Like, but nah, that was hilarious. So yeah, that was definitely a funny one.
Mike, Mark got another question for you. These are viewer questions.
I get to these segments now.
I know we got
y'all excited in these comments now.
But listen.
Well,
when y'all
one more question.
When y'all decide to go live with somebody like Mike, you know the
we good, man.
We should have known this was gonna be one of them ones.
Yeah, y'all might have to go to like
pull a
1 or 2
coattail
segments, but not all 3. Mike, Mark says, how is it fostering a prodigy in your prodigy in your household, and what's y'all's practice regimen?
Practice regimen? Here's the song, learn it. If it ain't right, we got a problem. No.
That sounds a little Joe Jackson.
Yeah, that's Joe Jackson.
Right.
Then he beat him.
Minus. No.
I know you gotta say it because he gonna say it.
Right.
Yeah.
So honestly, believe it or not, a lot of practice regimen is more verbal than it is like us actually playing, because everything we talk about, music especially when I'm talking about it, it always ties into life. So I merge both of those things. They pretty much just ride right side by side. Where even with PJ's solo, like a lot of folks, if you've seen PJ's videos, a lot of it is his solo and what he's doing in the solo. So like a lot of it, I'm talking to him in an aspect of how he would actually conversate and talk to a person, or and be clear to where everybody in the room understands you.
Right.
So I use a lot of what we would do naturally on a daily basis to how he would play in the situation, like with the dynamics with everybody talking, or like you listen to everybody in the band and you hear something you like that somebody did, you echo it back to let them know that you hear what they're doing, and just different situations like that. But PJ, honestly, I try and groom him as a musician, like just musicianship and like showmanship, more on the aspect of his personality and his character. I don't really dig in for real when it comes to his playing ability as much as I do.
Your nephew talk about you.
Oh yeah?
Oh, so you saw it?
What'd he say?
He said he was right the first time.
That must be Makai.
Yes. That's Makai. I just sent it to y'all so y'all can read it, because I didn't want,
I ain't gonna. I'm rough on Makai. I'm rough on Makai, but a lot of with Makai gonna be 18 next year.
We got you, Andre.
So a lot of with how I guide Makai. I mean, all of us in here are of the African American descent. Right. We know what we see on the news. Right. Makai ain't a little guy
at all.
Police, different things. It's so many things that happen out there. And then also with with his autism, a lot of things he do understand, a lot of things he don't understand. But I need him to know that all that tough love that comes across when I'm working with him, they ain't gonna care 2 nickels about him when he outside this door.
Yeah. Right, that's good.
So it's like once he gets out here and lives life on his own, he gonna really be able to see, oh, this is crazy. This is what So I tend to be a lot tougher on him just so he can. I'm tougher on him so when he gets out there, the toughness. Like he can deal with it, have that thick skin where things don't faze him, or he don't let things faze him. Kind of like when we had to pull him out of the school because people would mess with him and different things. I don't want him to have that twitch.
Yeah.
So
because you can't have that twitch with a police officer. You like with a black man in America, you have to be more trained than the police officer. You have to be more calm.
And we use that word loosely.
You have to be more calm, more sensible, more, you have to be the one to de-escalate, even though they go through de-escalation.
Especially at the size that he is. Because he's on an automatic be a threat. His style, his hair, they're going to see it different than how we see it. We see it as an art. They're going to see it as a statistic.
Makai, nephew, bro, you just got to tell... Pop, this is my area.
My area.
You're in my space.
You want to mess with your area.
You're violating my right to privacy. If you tell him that, he'll leave you alone.
All right, who is that? Spears?
Avery Spears.
Yeah, this is your dude.
That's my area.
You want to go say something?
Like, dude, this is your area.
This is your area.
You're violating your right to privacy.
So, Mike, since this is your interview, I would like for you to answer this question from Andre. He said, yo, what's good, Shared Family? General question. How long would you wait for payment from a gig, especially if they're giving you the runaround?
Well, it depends on who we waiting on. We waiting on the facility, or we waiting on just within the band? Because
Andre, is it the facility or is it somebody in the band?
Because a lot of that depends on your relationship with your bandmates. If you trust your band, there are some folks that they be tripping. But I'm talking about venues where they,
Did you see?
We-
That was gonna be messy, but
This
did you
about-
see the
this-
other
this
one
feel like it's going.
with Devontae? Did you see that one?
We fixed that though. Well,
Oh yeah.
that,
You saw that one?
that got
That
taken
got-
care of. No, we talking about something
Oh.
totally
Yeah.
different. That got taken care of. Not the way I wanted it to, but the way we
He's
had
at the
to-
venue.
The way we had to take care of that. That
Yeah.
got taken care of.
Right. So I mean, if it's the venue, here's my thing. You want us to start on time. You want us to be set up. You want us to do this, do that. Then why can't we get paid?
Paid me on time.
So honestly, if you'd be surprised at how much better your show, the show would be if you pay us at the beginning.
Man,
Right.
listen, yeah.
But you can't do that with everybody either, and I get that
Yeah.
because some folks, But the professional bands that actually are about their business, you take care of them guys. You might have the best weekend ever.
So y'all saying that y'all want to be like these other people and have the check waiting before you even start
I
reporting?
played at some places where it wasn't other people though, and they took
And
care
they
of us
did?
at
Yeah,
the top. I was like,
Really?
oh, okay, and then we went in.
Really?
We was already
How
excited
does
because it
that
was in the
feel
pocket.
to have that check in your hand before you even say,
Oh, it's
"I
time
love
to,
you, Dallas"?
You have much better. Yeah, you play better.
Yeah.
Well, so what happens with that is you at that point you're building trust between the artist and the venue.
Right.
And one thing as an artist and as a businessman, you want to be able to trust. You know what I'm saying? And then and vice versa. That now understand musicians, that venue has to trust you too.
Right.
That venue has
Right.
to trust that you're going to show up on time.
Right.
That you're not going to get belligerent and drink up the bar tab, and then now you drunk on the job
saying a
because
lot.
it's still
You're
a
saying a
job.
lot.
Yeah.
It's still
Yep.
a job. You know what I'm saying? The venue has to trust you too. So there are times where there is a disconnect. But if everybody's doing what they're supposed to, if the band is doing what they're supposed to do, the venue is doing what they're supposed to do, you should have a good relationship. I mean, there are some venues that they still pay checks.
Yeah.
So like the check might not clear for if you playing on a Friday or a Saturday, the check might not. If you deposit a check, it might not clear that day. Or that time. Sometimes, it depends on your bank accounts. It depends on,
Checking and savings.
Yeah, all of that stuff. There might be some situations where, they pay you in cash on the spot, or they pay you Zelle or whatever the case may be. In any situation, that shouldn't be a long process.
Yeah.
Andre said, "Would you involve a lawyer?"
Well, that depends on.
I mean, is the lawyer worth? Is the money that you're seeking for worth you getting a lawyer?
Yeah, because that's gonna cost.
Because it's gonna
It's gonna cost you more,
right?
But
Go ahead. Say the name too. Go ahead.
I can't.
We had this conversation with David Harris a couple weeks ago. When he talking about he got screwed over, and he went to a attorney, and attorney said, well, he said he'll take it as a lesson learned because it costs so much money to get an attorney to to handle that, to make it into a lawsuit, whatever.
Right.
You know what I do believe in though, and it's like you have to be 100% in the right. You have to make sure all your I's are dotted, all your T's are crossed. I don't mind putting venues on blast.
Yeah, me neither.
It's like as a matter of fact, there was a situation. It might have been in DFW Shed Session. There was a venue, I think the Found played there, and I think somebody else played there or whatever. And this is like a newer venue. It was just like last week. As a matter of fact, you're talking. That's
what I was talking about.
Shout out to the homie Devontae Thornton, man. Like a situation like that. Now put them on blast. Now in that post, in that same post that he did, the owner wound up getting on the post and was like, "Yo," because in some situations with these venues, you have a booking manager,
Right.
and they're the one that handles all the with the bands and artists and acts and stuff like that. A lot of times it's not the owner, so there may be a situation, and the owners got to make sure they on top of this too. But there may be a situation where the owner is not the one handling the business up front. They just write the check and that's it. But then you'll have like some of these booking managers or some of these bartenders who want to be booking managers, don't really know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that's handling the business and or what they consider business, and they're not doing right. So in that particular situation with the post that Devontae Thornton made, the owner wound up getting on. He was like, "Yo, I didn't even know. Let me get y'all, squared away." I don't know if that got squared away, but the fact that I don't have an issue because also if you have to know somebody like a Devontae. First of all, he's going to put on a hell of a quality show. Mm-hmm. He's going his show is going to be tight. Somebody like a Devontae Thornton, he's going to rock your crowd. His voice is amazing. His stage presence is amazing. So somebody like a Devontae, he's going to do what he's supposed to do. Right. So it's like if you don't do right by somebody like that, and he's a top tier, he's a top tier act. Yeah. He's somebody that's like probably one of my top male vocalists. You know what I'm saying? He's a top tier act, especially in Dallas. That's not somebody that you piss off. No. Mm-hmm. Especially with the influence that he has.
I was just about to say he did something that was very cheap. So to Andre, I'm not giving you advice, but to take what Jay just said and what Devontae did, all Devontae did was post. He posted, his experience. Yeah. He tagged the venue that was in it, and he just, used his social media platform, his following, and then in him doing that, others who was stung by the same venue, they spoke up. Yeah. And then there was a few people I saw, major people in Dallas, that venue had been trying to put them on the ticket, and they was like, "Oh yeah, they reached out to me. I'm glad I read that." You know what I'm saying? So your social media, maybe not a lawyer is in the funds, but your social media pockets. And your follower,
but like I said, if you do that, you have to make sure you're 100% in the right. You have to make sure you did everything that you were supposed to do. Yeah. But there are some situations, depending on the amount of money, because I'm not gonna say no names, but some of the venues aren't paying enough to take them to court. Now, if you want to do that. If you want to do that for principle, and you got the money to do that, then sure, why not? But as far as that, sometimes it's pocket wise, it's not worth it. But there are ways you can rectify that situation can get rectified. I don't suggest everybody handles it the same way that other people do. But just simply, hey, okay, so I tried to reach out to you, I tried to contact you, blah blah. Okay, now we got to make this public. Yeah, let's have a public conversation then, and now everybody's going to see what kind of business this venue handle, and then at that point, it's like that.
Can you read 10's comment? Because I don't know what that means.
Can you scroll
It's
up?
right there.
Can you
scroll down.
Oh, my bad.
What?
It's 5 new comments. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Come on, buffer.
Don't talk about my
Collecting.
Okay. Collect 10. Starting a new. All right, so pretty much what Tim Man is saying, he's going to go, if you hire him, he's going to go to the venues, beat up the owner, and then get some money back. That's what Tim Man is. I'm joking. But yeah, man, hopefully that helped Mr. Cornelius. Hopefully that little situation, that bit of information helped. Man.
Social media is so strong these days anyway that it really, getting a lawyer, you have to trade half of your stuff to make it happen. Then, you may have gotten a point across.
Go by reviews.
Now, right. Reviews, you can get on here and say something. Mm-hmm. But like he said, if your business ain't squared off,
don't go that route.
Because if they clap back on you and they
gonna have receipts too.
Right.
Yeah.
So make sure that you have your T's and crossed.
And then too, a lot of times, and Mike will tell you this too. A lot of times, even when I'm talking business or something is going on, I'll have one of them standing there with me. Mm-hmm. I'll have one of them standing there with, or I have Bo or somebody stand. I repeat that. What did you just say? That way we all. I love doing business via email and text.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, all of that stuff, man.
Black and white.
I love doing that because I love.
I always go back.
Yeah, go. Nah, bro. This is what you said. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This is what you said or whatever. But yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Well, let's ready to step into these segments.
Let's get into the segments. Mike Pugh, we want to do a deep dive and just get to know you a little bit better, my good brother. You know what I'm saying? So we got a couple recurring segments on the show that we love to dabble into or whatever. So the first one is top 5. Now this is not your. This doesn't have to be in any order.
Okay.
And if the other people in the room would let him answer his own top 5, that would be absolutely lovely.
Lou, he talking to you.
So I'm gonna test your metal. I'm gonna test your metal. We here now. Give me your
David Harris, what up?
Hey, what's good? Give me your top 5 funk songs.
Ooh.
They can be church or any genre.
Oh man. Why would you do that to me, man?
Do.
Okay.
Off air, I'll tell you the question I was about to ask, but I ain't gonna do that.
Okay. Man, top 5 funk songs?
They don't have to be in any order.
Golly. Well, I got one that's, man, you put me in a bind, dog. Okay. Well, one is by one of my homies, Chucky Booker.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and pull up this title.
Because I was
Golly.
gonna say, what's your top 5 Prince songs?
See, that's easier.
That's it. Yeah.
Sorta.
Okay.
Sorta.
Okay, let me do this. And I've never done this before, but I'm only doing this for time purposes. Top 5 funk bands.
Top 5 funk bands?
Yeah.
Pew.
Well,
Funk.
well, we still fresh.
And I
We still fresh, so I don't-
just said if the people would
I
let
know,
him answer.
my bad.
No, we still on the uprise. So, of course, it's my favorite because we perform. But I'm not gonna do that. My number 1 has got to be Parliament.
Okay.
Parliament is everything to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna say Prince,
Of course you are.
Revolution years.
Okay.
Give me
Blouses win.
Give me Revolution.
Okay.
Give me Brown Mark on the bass. Okay. Let me see. Another funk band. I gotta go with Bootsy's Rubber Band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though they all in the same community,
Pretty much.
I'm still I gotta stay rich with that. So that's 3. 2 more. Give me, man, Zaffron Roger.
Okay. That's 1.
Zaffron Roger. So that's 4. 1 more. Man, that's tough.
Sound like it.
Man, oh man. Yeah, you suck.
Got 1.
By default, it's gonna be James Brown. By default.
It don't have to be if you don't want
No, by default because yeah. Because we talking about the years when him and Catfish was, when
Yeah.
Bootsy and Catfish was playing
Yeah.
with Clyde.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's my 5, but yeah, that's a tough 5.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say Grand Central Station.
It's not my favorite funk band though.
I got you.
Now Larry is one of my favorite bass players,
Okay,
but
I
I
got
can't say because they was a little. I like the raw and uncut funk, and him and Sly was a little just too commercial for me.
I got you. Yeah.
It was funky, but
Yeah.
it wasn't.
I got you.
It wasn't Uncle George.
Right.
Uncle Boogie, baby.
I had to discipline myself.
Because you definitely did what.
So
you definitely just did what I did.
no.
You
I
said
did.
I thought you was gonna say.
Anyway, so our next recurring segment, we got it's called Playing in the Wrong Key. This is our version of what grinds your gears. So, what's that one pet peeve? What's playing in the wrong key?
I'm about to get in trouble, man.
Do it.
We here for the smoke, bro.
Do it. What's playing in the wrong key to Mike Pugh?
And I know you got some.
Not connecting with the rest of the band.
Okay.
Like an individual that's on his own wavelength when everybody's locking in.
And then Bo just start playing.
Y'all get up off of him.
And then Bo just start. I feel you, brother.
Man, look, there's nothing worse when it's just everybody else is locking in. It's just one sore that just keep popping in and out
Sore.
throughout the song.
You look cold sore.
Like, bro, that ain't where we going right now. What are you doing? And then it's even worse when you don't even know that you're doing it.
Oh man, you just think you just hitting it,
Man. Like you think you killing, but it's
that
like,
ain't it,
nah,
Doc.
bro.
That ain't it.
We ain't in sync right now. You the weak link right now. So. Yeah, definitely when a person whose musicianship lacks.
Man. Yeah.
And that's a pet peeve when you just, I mean, because you don't have to be, it don't matter what level you are. If your musicianship is there and you are willing to communicate and look around and, we on stage, we watching each other, we conversating while we up there. We really involved with what's happening. So that one person that's just never in tune and really not paying attention to nobody, it can make a long set.
Man, listen, I definitely been there, man. Definitely been there. I bet. So the last recurring segment, man, is called Gig Tales. So good, bad, ugly, messy, whatever. We want to hear that one gig experience that you got.
Oh man. Well, I'm gonna put this on Lucius because this is back. This is back when we was doing the open mics. Okay.
Oh man, bruh. Them was some crazy nights, bro.
No, but this one night in particular, this dude came and had a guitar and said he wanted to do a song.
Oh man.
And it was a song, I don't know if he wrote it or if it was, I don't know what it was, because it was me, you, Lil Chris was still doing stuff, so Chris was there. And I actually put up a video of it. Okay. It was the ending of the song. But the dude, we tried to end the song probably at least 6 or 8 times. We like I'm talking about a whole and dude just kept going. And then Chris would dude was in a he wasn't singing in the key that he was playing. And then I don't know he was drunk. I don't know what was happening, but man, that dude
Was he one of us?
No. No. He was some random guy that came in there, but the amount of times Chris tried to end the song and the dude just kept going, and then he just jumped right back. You know what you gonna
get it deep at him, boy.
Oh, so this was at Freeman?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that was It's on video if you go on my page. You go on there.
I gotta go find. I gotta go.
You'll find it.
Yeah, I gotta go try. I gotta go find it myself.
Nah, this was a minute ago.
We need a time block so we can know where to find it.
What was it, like 2 years ago?
2019 or
it's not this
2020,
year.
somewhere in there. Yeah, it was.
It had to be 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in 2020.
It was somewhere in that time frame.
You can't miss it. You'll see me and Chris, because the camera was on me and Chris, so you're gonna see him trying to slow down and pick it back up.
Man,
he on camera.
That's one that we're trying to have get this song over with.
And brother just wasn't having it. He said, "No, I'm finishing this my way." Like, all right,
Man, I'm gonna ask you one more question. I'm gonna ask you one more question, and we gonna get ready to wrap it up, man. So, anybody who knows music know that the drummer and bass player are always supposed to be in cahoots. That's peanut butter and jelly. That's front pocket, back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Your bass player and your drummer is always supposed to be locked in, right?
right.
So, as a predominantly bass player, what do you look for in a drummer?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
communication, not necessarily verbally, but when I get on the bass, the first thing, if I'm playing with somebody, I'm listening to the pattern of whoever's playing the drum, because I don't know if they're gonna follow. I don't know if we're gonna kind of gel back and forth or whatnot. So I'm listening to that kick. Whatever that kick is doing, I'm gonna start out by following that kick drum, and then I'm listening to everything else around it, and what they're playing, and then I'm gonna figure my way through and add around whatever they're doing. So, from a drummer standpoint, honestly, I'm really just looking for that communication where we kind of develop some type of bond in that set. And normally you gonna figure it out by at least the second song.
Yeah.
If they in tune with what you're doing, or they just up there just beating.
Yeah, right. I got
So,
you.
like, whenever okay, prime example was when we did, what'd you say, loose and low? So we did loose and low, and there was a night that I think Indigo was leading.
Yeah.
And we got into a drive.
Yeah. I still watch that video.
We got into a drive to the point where Indigo couldn't sing no more. She said,
Yeah.
"Y'all just have it," and
Man,
moved out the
listen.
way and just let the band. Like, we was in a zone,
Dude, I remember that. I still watch that video,
bruh.
Is that the bye bye bye?
No, that was it was at Loose and Low, but
Play that funky music. Was it that song?
Yeah,
We can't-
and I remember specifically because I hate that song.
Yeah.
If you notice, Funk Your Feelings does not do that song. Especially
Somebody requested. Oh, y'all
I'm good, bro.
Oh, okay.
Unless they paying.
I take requests, I just don't play them.
If they pay a good.
I will take a paid suggestion. That means you put a tip in the jar and I'll think about it, but it's not guaranteed.
What if they tipped $100?
Now I'm gonna okay. So I'm gonna tell. There was one instance in particular where I sold out to the man. I sold out to the man. So of course, and anybody who know me, if you're not I do not like anybody on my stage. If you're not a musician, if you're not a part of the band, even if you're a musician, like I don't like people on my stage. So this was at Loose and Low. We were setting up, and this random dude wanted to come on the drums and sound check with us. Nah, bro, we good.
Just random.
And he was like, he was a little bit inebriated. So I think this is kind of what helped. So he put $100 in the tip jar. Can I sound check with y'all? Hey man, I appreciate the tip, but now we and I'm going through all the motions, like, this is expensive equipment, we don't want to, he put another $100 in the tip jar. And I was like, bro, look, I really appreciate your tips, man. You're not getting these back, by the way, ha ha ha. I'm like, no. And this before the show even started, we sound checking. He put another $100. This man done put in
Just
$300.
dropping.
He done put in $300. And I said, yeah, you go ahead and put pity pat a little bit,
Right.
And that man sound checked with us, and it didn't hurt that bad, and then we moved on. So but I mean a $300 tip.
I mean, yeah.
Just the pity pat a little bit. It's like
Pity patty.
I saw that to the and he didn't do too much.
Sell out.
Yeah. Sold my soul $300.
Hey man,
You know what I'm saying?
you got the
Hope
bill
it was
paid,
worth
brother.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mike. Look, so of course we told you that we wanted to sit down and chop it up with you, whatever. But of course that's not the only reason that we brought you on. One of the main reasons we wanted to bring you on the show is to give you your flowers.
Not real
We
ones.
don't have real flowers. That's not in the budget yet, or fake ones either. We don't have any plastic ones, but we definitely
got some water.
Who gonna put that in the budget?
we
Please don't.
definitely might want to.
Who gonna sweep up these flowers?
We definitely wanted to give you your flowers, man. Listen, ever since you stepped foot on this hallowed ground that we call Dallas, man, you have made so much noise, man. Again, of course I respect you as a musician, but I respect you as a man. I respect you as a husband. I respect you as a father. You are just an all-around good person. And it's you don't run across a lot of people who are good people and talented.
Right.
That like it's like sometimes you got to sacrifice one for the other.
Yeah.
But man, unfortunately, you've unfortunately, like you.
Regina saw that and she was not pleased.
Because I know there's a God somewhere.
Don't curse me, Regina. Don't curse me. But yeah, man, you come here, man. You made so much noise, man. You've left a good imprint everywhere you've been. Like I said, we see the work that you do. We see the time that you put in. Like I said, bro, I really can't just describe just how much of a good person, man, you are. How much you
Very solid.
given to the DFW community. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, as far as your time and your talent. You've even gone as far as to share your family with us.
Right.
You've gone as far as to trust us. And I know, especially dealing with kids, I know that's hard to trust, certain people, you know what I'm saying, to be able to sit down, have conversations with your kids and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because, people are weird, bro. Like, people are weird. You can't have everybody imparting and touching and all that
People
stuff.
are weird too, man.
Yeah, all of that.
You want to say it again.
Time is force spent.
Those pants are weird. But but
Lou, I
man,
know you ain't gonna just take that.
Well, you doing what again?
So we just want to say we love you, Mike. We appreciate you. Thank you so
man.
much, man. And we just gonna continue to work, man.
Yeah.
I know I said this before, but I said it again. I really mean it this time. I think this was the best one.
What do you mean this is the best one?
I think this was the best
Is
one.
it the best one?
Honestly, I just think he don't mean it.
I think it's these pants. I think it really brought out this
I don't
episode.
think he mean it at all.
I really mean it this time. But nah,
He's a
man.
habitual.
Wow.
That boy's good. Good and terrible.
They bully me. They really bully me, man. I don't be doing nothing, man. But yeah, Mike, real talk, we love you, man. We
Yes,
appreciate
thank
you.
you.
Love y'all.
Yeah, man. And like I said, we just gonna continue to put in this work.
Yes, sir.
We will continue to funkify this nation.
Uh-huh.
You feel what I'm saying? And we gonna continue to do our thing.
All day, every day.
All day, every day. All day, every day.
Funkin' on.
Lupa, what you got?
Man, I got nothing. We finna call it a night. It's been a long, great episode.
Well,
Great conversation.
Well, hey, man.
Funky good time.
Oh, funky good time. But hey man, listen. Once again, this is DFW Share Sessions. Me and Mike about to run the Fort Worth and beat up a couple. If you wanna ride this funk train, once again, funk your feelings. Holla at us. Pugh Funk. Holla at us. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of funk happening
it's
this
a lot
weekend.
of funk.
Yes,
It's
sir.
too funky in here.
It's
Thursday, we got Nate's.
Uh-huh.
For those who want to come, if you're free up, it's my birthday going into this weekend. So
Happy
I got a
early
birthday
birthday.
show on Saturday, and that's nothing but funk. So,
Where
and then
at?
we got front yard concert. Saturday is at the Freeman, 10 to 2, Bourbon side.
Sorry.
And then Sunday, we're doing 6 to 7 at the front yard.
Shout
You
out
got
to-
a DM for that.
Right.
Shout out to Matthew Kurtz.
Shout out to
man,
Matt Kurtz
for the front yard concert. You have before we go, you got a residency as well too, right?
Yes, every first and third Thursday we do Heroes, and it's a family funk night, so it's open for the family. I'm still working on the DJ. You know, he get a little ratchet, but we trying to. I bust him out last week, and then he put all funk stuff out. I'm like, okay, so you do got it in your back.
Right.
So, but yeah, every first or third Thursday, and there's no door charge. There's no door charge. You come in, hang out, eat. The only thing you're paying for is to eat. So we're trying to start something different because there's really not a lot of venues that have family or like families come in and can listen to live music, and we really trying to get folks to bring their kids out so they can see live music from another perspective other than concert band. To see that what can happen actually on stage, and then eventually I want to like bring instruments in and like have them like even if it's just percussion stuff, just kind of get them involved just so they can experience it and stuff. So
will
bring
you
your
call it a
kids,
monsters
please.
jam?
A monsters.
It's been you all night. All night. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah. My bad.
Jesus. But yeah, man. But yeah, that's what's up. So every first and third Thursday at Heroes.
7 to 10. So it's early enough to get at least an hour in.
And I love the family aspect too. Especially we not gonna talk about it right now, but Mike actually back in St. Louis, he used to have a youth program or something like that, right?
Yes.
It was something like that. Yeah.
Like we would open up some shared stuff and just kind of mentor kids and stuff. So I would like to do that here. I'm just trying to figure out where
to start.
Yeah.
Hey man,
get some guys involved, especially some of these industry guys.
Yeah.
Hey, if you need a couple of grants, I can help you.
Cool. We'll talk offline.
Yeah.
We'll talk offline.
Hey man, once
Have
again,
my people get with your people.
once again, DFW Shared Sessions. We got the big homie Mike Pugh in the building. We got Lou Paul, Professor Manuel,
JL Groove.
I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in.
On YouTube too.
We shout out to YouTube. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Follow us, like, share, subscribe, and remember.
I already cut the feed, so
It ain't gonna suck yourself.
Dang.
Blessed be the Lamb. We'll talk to y'all later.
Oh man.